Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gene Edwards. You are watching Lube for December the 27th, 2022, as the Edmonton Oilers are getting set to play the final Battle of Alberta this season. And that'll happen tonight at the Saddledome in Calgary. What is it? 3-4 days away from 2023. One of my biggest wish as far as the Edmonton Oilers go is a little bit more consistency. Coming off of that loss on December the 23rd to the Vancouver Canucks really kind of left a sour taste in my mouth and an uncomfortable feeling in my gut. And seeing them on the other side of that playoff cut line is a little disturbing. And we will get into the standings shortly. The hardest part, I think, for me as a fan and a diehard Oiler fan and obviously a YouTuber that does the Edmonton Oilers is the fact that they played such an amazing game against the Dallas Stars in Dallas just 2 nights earlier. And then really, absolutely do not show up for the second and third period of that game against Vancouver. And 5 unanswered goals, and there you have it, a 5-2 finish for the Vancouver Canucks. And the Oilers are now on the other side of that playoff cut line. My one wish is more consistency out of this group. They seem to have a knack to losing to teams that are on the other side of the playoff cut line, and then they seem to play fairly decent against the teams that are on the other side. I would just like to see a little bit more consistency. If they play a good game, learn from that. Anyway, there was a few notes and news that happened last week as the Edmonton Oilers were able to get back Ryan McLeod. He was injured November 26th versus the Rangers, and he was having a great game. I think he had 3 assists in that game. But it was late in the game with a high ankle sprain. He returned, so that was a good thing. The Edmonton Oilers at least are starting to get healthy. We are still eagerly waiting Evander Kane's return, but we're looking at early March for that, so that's still a ways away. But yeah, having him back is really good. And we're going to go outside the box a little bit, but it kind of pertains to the Edmonton Oilers, at least their history, as Alex Ovechkin has surpassed Gordie Howe in numbers and now is chasing the great one, Wayne Gretzky, and we know this record will be beat. He may even very well do it sometime next season, and it will be spectacular when he does. I'm going to hate to see Gretzky lose that record, but at the same time, it's quite the amazing accomplishment for him to have that longevity, to not have those injuries. You know, when his career is done and said, he may surpass 1,000 goals when it's all done and said. And that would be something else to see 1,000 goals scored by one hockey player. So yeah, congratulations to Ovi on that. What were some of the stats from this Vancouver game that don't necessarily make the X factors, but just some things that I took note of? They let a 2-goal get washed away by 5 unanswered. And hey, you know, you got to give props to Bo Horvat. He had an amazing game, 2 goals, 2 assists. Myers and Sheehan both had 4 hits apiece. Our best hitter was Jesse Puljujarvi, and I'm going to bring up a stat maybe in future episodes because we harp on him a lot and nag on him a lot for his inability to produce offense. But one thing Jesse Puljujarvi has been doing is he's been one of our top hitters, and a lot of people don't realize that. But yeah, he only had 3 hits in this game. So you had 2 Vancouver Canucks with 4 hits, and Jesse Puljujarvi was our top dog with 3 hits. And when it comes to giveaways, this is where I think the Oilers actually really lost the game. They were 2-1 in giveaways. I think the final number was something like 19-10. Oilers gave it away like 19-10 to the Vancouver Canucks. that can't be it. You can't have a 2-to-1 ratio and expect good results. You really can't. So that takes us to the scoring summary of what actually took place on the 23rd. Let me just pull up my charts. Okay, so one of the things that the Oilers managed to do in this game is get the first goal. And they actually got the first 2 goals, and the only 2 goals of the first period, as Derek Ryan got his 5th from Warren Foegele. It was 1-0, and that was at 9:42. And just at the end of the period, at 19:55, Connor McDavid getting his 30th of the year from Zach Hyman and Leon Draisaitl. 2-0. Everything's rosy. I'm happy. Having a few Christmas cocktails. And then we go into the second period, where JT Miller gets his 12th of the year from Connor Garland and Oliver Ekman-Larsson at 41 seconds in. Right there you knew it was going to be, oh no. And then JT Miller, once again, his 13th on the power play. From Pettersson and Bo Horvat, it ends 2-2. We are going now to the third period, where it just all flops and fails for the Edmonton Oilers in this one. As Bo Horvat gets his 23rd from Myers and Garland. 3-2 Vancouver at 12:25. At 17:19, Ilya Mikhailov gets a assist from Bo Horvat. It's 4-2, and then an empty net by Bo Horvat makes it a 5-2 game. Elias Pettersson and Tyler Myers getting the assists. The season series now is 1 game apiece, and I do believe they play the next game January 21st, 2023 is when this series will wrap up. Let's hope the Oilers are in a little bit of a better spot than they are currently. As I will pull up the standings right now. They are currently 9th place. And I did check the wildcard status. If I'm doing the math right, they're not even in a wildcard spot right now, as Calgary has 39 points. And the Edmonton Oilers has 38 points, which brings us to a very, very important game tonight. This is now a game of battle lines. This is a matter of being in the playoffs or out of the playoffs. And this is going to be an important game for the Edmonton Oilers to decipher where they will fall this year. I think this could very well be the game that they need to win. They are all chasing the Vegas Golden Knights with a record of 24-11-1 for 49 points. Let's see what they do. I'd be lying to you if I wasn't a concerned fan. I'm a very concerned fan of what we're seeing here. I know injuries have played a toll, and it's unfortunately we lost one of the best players. If not, I would say Kane is definitely either the third or fourth. It depends on how you feel about Hyman, but I would say Kane is third or fourth. Kane brings that element of punch, though, and I think that element of punch missing on the lineup is a huge reason why the Oilers are struggling the way they are. So, yeah, let's just hope they can string something together. Let's go into the X Factors for tonight.
Oh, at least I thought he was gonna until he blew it. That's unbelievable. Here come the Oilers.
Here are your Edmonton Oilers X Factors for tonight. Okay, so this X Factor is more or less negative stuff. X Factors, as the Oilers were 0 for 3 on the power play against a poor penalty kill. Vancouver is, I don't exactly remember where they were ranked on the penalty kill, but I think they were like 28th or 29th on the penalty kill when I did my pregame for them. And you got the number 1 power play that just doesn't add up, right? Not getting a single goal on 3 power play attempts really didn't add up. And that's why I say the Oilers just didn't show up for the second and third period. They appeared disinterested in the second and third period. They just didn't have any pep in the step, didn't have any oomph, and just let Vancouver basically have their way with them. And then you got to give props to Bo Horvat as he got 2 goals, 2 assists. One, of course, was an empty netter, but he had a great night. And there you have it. 5-2, the Edmonton Oilers lose to the Vancouver Canucks. That brings us to tonight's game against the Calgary Flames. And I will bring that up right now. As currently the Flames have a record of 16-12-7. The Edmonton Oilers 18-15-2. The home record for the Flames is 10-6-2. The away record, which is actually something that the Oilers actually have better than their home record, their away record is 9-6-1. In the last 10, Calgary is 4-2-4. Meanwhile, the Oilers are 4-4-2. As far as the streaks go, Calgary's on a winning of 1, and Edmonton, of course, losing to Vancouver is on a losing streak of 1. When it comes to the offensive stats, and it comes to goals, Calgary ranks 18th in the league, averaging 3.11 goals per game. The Edmonton Oilers averaging 3.6, which puts them in third. When it comes to shots on goal, the Edmonton Oilers are 12th in the league, averaging 32.3. Meanwhile, the Calgary Flames are 5th in the league, averaging 34.4. When it comes to the power play percentage, Calgary is 23rd in the league, averaging 19.5 on the power play, and the Edmonton Oilers first in the league, averaging 32.3%. When it comes to the face-off percentage, the Edmonton Oilers are 16th in the league, averaging 49.6. Meanwhile, the Calgary Flames are 13th in the league, averaging 50.4. When it comes to shooting percentage, the Calgary Flames are tied for 24th at 9.1. Meanwhile, the Edmonton Oilers are 7th with 11.1. As far as the defensive stats go, the Edmonton Oilers are 24th in the league for goals allowed, allowing 3.46. Meanwhile, Calgary Flames are 15th in the league, tied for 15th in the league, at 3.03. When it comes to shots allowed, this is where Calgary really has an edge on the Edmonton Oilers, as the Edmonton Oilers are 22nd in the league with 32.2. Meanwhile, Calgary, very stingy, 4th in the league, averaging 28.2. Penalty minutes, Calgary is 21st, tied for 21st in the league, averaging 10.3. The Edmonton Oilers, of course, are 10th in the league, averaging 8.3. So this, if they can get their power play together for this game, they might have a chance. But what I saw in that Vancouver game definitely gives me some concerns. And then when it comes to the penalty kill, the Edmonton Oilers are 26th in the league, 72.3. Meanwhile, the Calgary Flames are 10th in the league with an 80.7. Stuart Skinner has a 10-9-1 record for a .290 goals against average and a .911 save percentage. Meanwhile, Jacob Markstrom, who's actually having a tough year himself, has a record of 11-8-4 for a goals against average of 2.84 and a save percentage of .894. Definitely not Jacob Markstrom like from previous years. He's a much better goalie. He has been struggling. So has Jack Campbell. So there's definitely struggling when it comes to goaltenders on both parts of this. Anyway, guys, I hope your guys' Christmas was good. If you are browsing through and happen to see this for the very first time and enjoy the content I bring, feel free to hit like, share, and subscribe. Those of you that are already subscribed and have been following me, I want to wish you guys I'll be talking to you before the new year, so I'll do that in a couple of days, but just enjoy the rest of your holidays if you have holidays. Enjoy your time with your family. Just remember, time is very short, so it's always a good idea to try to spend some time with your family and friends. We will see you next time. There's going to be a back-to-back, I believe, on the 30th and 31st they play, so we will be doing those games. I believe the next game is against Seattle on the 30th, and then I'm not sure about the 31st, but I know there is a back-to-back coming. So I will see you shortly to do those ones, and hopefully on a better note than this video today. Anyway, guys, as always, stay healthy, stay happy, stay hydrated. We will talk soon.
My tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite, they feeling. I could tear you apart.